welcome. This is our February update. Hopefully, you have skimmed over the newsletter because we're going to be talking about, we're going to have a conversation with Karlo about what is going on in the market this past month and what we think is going to happen in the rest of the year. I know, Karlo, you had some questions for me, some burning questions. So go ahead.
Burning, very important questions, Michael. So, I've been talking to a lot of people as is part of our job in this industry, but yeah, I've been kind of asking everyone, about how business is going as I normally do, and it's no surprise. Business is a little slow. Buyers are hard to come by. I wanted to ask you, your thoughts on that. Basically, where are the buyers? What are you seeing in San Francisco and in your experience about where these buyers are coming from, what their makeup seems to be,
Mhm.
who you're talking to, who's interested in buying now today?
Yeah, I mean, there's always going to be a fair share of every agent, I think, is going to have their fair share of buyers who are waiting for rates to come down. But I actually had a very busy fall. So between October to February of this
Yeah.
year, I've done multiple I've done multiple closings. Had a very busy Christmas Christmas season. But the one thing in common that all those buyers shared was that they were very, very opportunistic. They were all very educated on what's going on in the market, and they knew that buying in the fall was probably going to be their one shot before prices start going up again. And so they were the ones that were off the bench looking and writing offers. Don't get me wrong, there are plenty of buyers who are out there. There just doesn't seem to be a motivation for a lot of those buyers to be writing offers at the moment. Um, and I think the reason is because they think that rates are coming down. I pulled up a graph, and if you can't see it on the screen, I'll link it. I'll link it in the description for the YouTube video. But I pulled up a graph of where this is just average single family home price in the four major Bay Area counties. And you can see here in January, at the end of January 2025, I mean, San Mateo County is well over 2 million, as is San Francisco County.
Yeah.
But those prices are still higher than where we were pre-pandemic when rates were lower. So I I honestly don't know what people are waiting for. Because if rates go down, then prices will go up even higher. Because I see prices going up. There's kind of stagnating a little bit, but again, we don't have February data yet, and so we're technically still in winter. Um, but I think we're headed for higher prices, and I think, a lot of people who are, prognosticators out there, everyone sees, I mean, cross country, I think we're in for a market of home values going up in the next year. Um, but again, my opinion, Carla, what do you think about home prices and if there's any connection with that to interest rates?
Yeah, no, I 100%. If you recall kind of the environment back in 2019, that's when really the real estate boom started to happen, right? During that early part of the pandemic. In 2019, we were seeing a lot of people, kind of move up and move out. If you recall, multiple offer situations, 15, 20, sometimes 30% above asking. That was the start of the kind of real estate boom in that time frame. And even with all the turbulence since then, rates rising and, kind of, a certain point, there was some depreciation that you can see back in 22 and 2023. We still find ourselves in a market where demand is rising. And to your point, home values on average, single family residences, whatever the county you're looking at, are still going to be higher than that point in time. So that points to, a very healthy market that we have here in the Bay Area, fortunately. And I think that there will be um, some relief coming on the real estate rate side, the mortgage interest rate side of things coming up very soon. the Fed has sort of made signals towards, kind of ending balance sheet runoff, which is a fun way of saying that they are going to start buying more mortgage bond securities, and that added demand for mortgage bond securities will alleviate some pressure on mortgage bonds, causing prices to rise and interest and mortgage rates to fall. So, um, you know, I think the schedule is for that to start, in about 2 or 3 months. So right in time for kind of the summer buying season. Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
despite other factors, I definitely think that interest rates will be coming back down from the 2024 highs and now 2025 highs, down to kind of that low 6%, maybe even 5% level, fingers crossed.
Yeah.
So yeah, get in.
I think, I mean, because at least, you know, we're looking at interest rates where they were last September. Currently, they're at where they were last September. And so if anything happens with rates, if they start to go down, I mean, I think we're in for, you know, a little bit of a rude awakening if you were sitting on the bench at the moment. If you're a buyer sitting on the bench, thinking that rates are going to come down and that's when you're going to strike. I mean, just take a look at the graph that's on the screen where we are above, even with the rates where they're at right now, we are above where we were in January of 2019 when what were rates in like early 2019, Carlo? You remember like average 30-year fixed,
Oh man.
4.5?
That's like the 2.5%, 3% range is kind of what we were seeing back then.
Mm,
So again, part of the reason why we saw that kind of real estate market take off during that pandemic timeframe was because of all the economic stimulus and monetary policy that was going on around supporting the economy. Interest rates fell to really, really low levels.
mm.
And you know, people took advantage. People were buying up houses, and um, they still are, even with interest rates kind of as high as they are now. So, um, yeah, what's your take on supply going forward? Is that
Yeah, so we're right now, I mean, it's February. We thought that there's going to be a mad rush to get homes on the market in right after MLK weekend. Or yeah, right after MLK weekend, and that kind of fizzled out.
yeah,
I think sellers are slowly coming to the realization that there's really not that much inventory, like there's not much competition right now for sellers. And so I think we're slowly seeing sellers bring things on because they're realizing that buyers are chomping at the bit. There are buyers out there that are chomping at the bit to buy homes at the moment. So, and there's not much competition. So, why not put your home on the market? So,
yeah,
as a someone that's, I do mostly buyers, but the sellers that I'm working with, there's ongoing conversations with them that, you know, depending on the neighborhood that the home is in, they should consider putting their home on probably before April, just because there is demand out there and not a
yeah.
ton of supply. We're thinking that supply is going to increase in February, but we don't have those numbers yet. But I think there will be a slight uptick in supply. Probably going to see more coming on the market in March, April.
All right. Do you see any particular, kind of area of value, um, in terms of the market? Where
Yeah.
can people get kind of the most bang for their buck, so to speak?
Yeah, so I just had a condo closed yesterday. And so in San Francisco. So
Nice.
I think San Francisco condos, I also think condos in Alameda County are super undervalued at the moment. Like I'm seeing one bedrooms in Alameda County listed under $300,000. Like or just at that 300,000 mark, like one bedrooms and some two bedrooms as well. Just depending on the city that they're in. But I think if you're looking for a deal, San Francisco condos is probably where you're at. Also Alameda County, depending on what city you want to be in.
Right on.
Yeah.
Right on.
So, I think we're in for a really interesting spring. Hopefully, your crystal ball is right, Carlo, that rates are going to go down, and then buyers will come off the bench. But I think if you are in a place where you're okay with your monthly payments at, 6%, six and a quarter interest rate, I would say get it now.
Yeah. Yeah. And I've gotten pretty good at kind of predicting these things over the years. And I like to educate myself, and I listen to the experts, so to speak, when it comes to this stuff. I mean, and then there's also common sense, right? Interest rates can't stay high for this long forever, right? And we've seen kind of unexpectedly rates rise when they did back in January now.
Yeah.
And since then, and especially most recently, rates have started to improve. And now there are other signals and other reports, saying that, the data supports, more of that to continue. So, yeah, I think 2025 is going to be a better year for you and for me. And definitely interest rates are coming down.
Mhm.
Mark that for
All
sure.
right.
All
You
right.
heard the guru here say interest rates are coming down. But yeah, I think that they'll be coming down as well, but that means prices are going to go up. So we shall see.
All right.
Well, all right. Well, I will I'll see you next month for a March update. And happy shopping out there for everyone who's looking.
Thank you.